Good morning. Happy Coffee Talk Monday. Dr. Michelle coming at ya. Today I want to talk about chunking. What the heck is that? Yeah. It's a concept I have been talking about for many years, and I now see it everywhere. Yeah. I didn't say that I came up with it necessarily, although did I? As human beings, we think about things in big, huge pieces. If I'm going to go to the gym, I got to go for an hour, and I got to do a certain thing. If I'm going to meditate, I got to meditate for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. Things in our lives take on a meaning that comes from somewhere else, usually. The problem is that we never stop to think about whether or not that works for us. Does that work for me? An hour of exercise? Well, let's see. I haven't exercised for months, years, and I'm going to go try to do an hour. That doesn't sound right. Or I'm going to start meditating. Let me do that for an hour. That really doesn't sound right. Don't do that. Yeah, it's funny how we think about things. It's like we have a certain thing in our brain. Where does that thing come from? And then we try to do it. It doesn't work. Another really common place where I talk about chunking is people's task lists and calendars and schedules. So many people that I work with have these long task lists every day. And by the end of the day, feel overwhelmed and frustrated because they have so many things to do and feel like they're not getting anything done. It's a good place to try to think about it differently. All these things are setting you up for failure, not for success. It's always my plan to try to set everybody up for success, to think about things just slightly differently. Not big, huge, sweeping changes, but small adjustments. So let's just take the task list right now as an example. When you have a bunch of things to do, which we all have a bunch of things to do, right, on a daily basis. Again, we can't just sit and look at all of those things. So if I have a task list that has like 20, 25, 30, 50 things on it, and I'm looking at that every day, I'm going to feel like, a tight chest. Yeah, just overwhelmed. So one of my recommendations to deal with that is to have the task list, but every morning choose one or two things that are a priority off that list, plop it in your schedule, and then as the day goes, sort of see how things go. If you get those one or two things done, that's awesome and helps with confidence and motivation and not feeling overwhelmed anymore because you're getting stuff done. But if you have time later in the day, you can always choose something else off that list rather than just sitting and looking at that huge list. So make the task list. You can keep a running task list if you want, but put it away after you've chosen the one or two things that you want to work on. Now, I think I sort of alluded to this already, but the other thing that's really critical here is that you put things in your schedule, in your calendar. I have everything in my calendar. I just have to, because I have a bunch of things going on and I need to keep everything organized and straight and know when I have time to do other things and fit clients in. I have my workout. I have my shower. I have my lunch. I have my dog walking. Now, for some of you, that might seem a little too rigid. All right, I get it. For me, again, like I have to do that because I have to know where I have slots where I can put clients in. For others of you, maybe you don't need it quite that rigid, but I still recommend that you plop things in your calendar so that you know when you're going to be able to get things done and what that looks like. And as you're sort of like plopping it in, right, 30 minutes there, an hour there, whatever it is. Look, none of us know how long something's going to take. I mean, I think we get a little better at it, right, as time goes on, but none of us really know. So you just have to put 30 minutes there, an hour there, right? And then check off that you did that piece of it, and then just continue to like put pieces of it in your calendar. Which brings me to my third point. Is that my third point or my fourth point? I don't know. I'm losing track. But got to break things down into small pieces. Right? Whatever it is, right? Whether it's your task list, whether it's something on your task list, whether it's your meditation, whether it's your exercise, whatever it is, start small. Make it small. Because again, that is what's going to help you feel like you're getting something done. I know so many times in the past, it's like for me, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write this article. Ooh, maybe. I think sometimes I've been effective at that, but other times not so effective at that because I'm rapping on the keyboard trying to figure out where to start versus starting and then going from there. Yeah. And again, as human beings, we think about things in this whole big sphere. I got to get this. I got to do this. No, break it down. Small pieces. Put it in your calendar. Have it make sense so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and so that you don't procrastinate. Okay, real quick before I end. I just want to do a COVID check and check in with everybody. I hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. I know you're probably all still feeling a little isolated and depressed and sad to a certain degree. It's okay. Try to feel what you're feeling, but also pay attention to the happy moments. And if you can, get out there, get a little exercise, do a little walk, figure out how to take care of yourself during this time. This is Dr. Michelle saying happy Monday, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Take care.